Guess what just came in the mail? It's my Microsoft Surface Laptop 2. I'm gonna be unboxing it and checking it out next. Hello there. This is my channel MattTube. I'm a technology enthusiast with a passion for all things tech. On this channel, you'll find many different videos. I love exploring new tech gadgets, being creative, and taking you with me on my life travels. I hope you'll subscribe to my channel and come along with me on my journey. All right, so 2 weeks ago, I decided to try out the Microsoft Surface laptop, and I really liked it. You guys, I am such a nerd, and I give in to easy peer pressure at Best Buy when it involves technology. I bought it from Best Buy, brought it home, started playing with it, and I kid you not, 2 days later, they released the new model. So I took it back to Best Buy, and I pre-ordered the Microsoft Surface Laptop 2, and it's here. So I'm going to open this one up and unbox it. The specs on this one were pretty maxed out. I got the top of the line one pretty much that you could purchase. I didn't do the 1 terabyte drive, I just did the 512 solid state drive. For the color, I picked out the matte black, and that's because everyone on the pre-release reviews were saying it was very cool in person. With that said, I'm gonna go ahead and open this bad boy up and see what my first impressions are. These just released on October 16th, and I actually got it in the mail today, October 16th. I am kind of excited because I want to see how much faster this one is than the previous one. Now the other one was fast too. I'm excited to see this one. Ooh. Now it says here on the back, the system that I got is the 8th gen Intel Core i7 processor, 512 gigabyte solid state drive with 16 gigabytes of RAM. I guess I don't really need to prove it because it's black, and matte black only comes with the Surface Laptop 2. So of course I had to order the matching stylus, which I got in the mail a few days earlier. It's the black stylus. Let's see how cool the matte black really is in person. My first thought is, of course, I love this laptop because it's so thin. I can't remove the plastic on the outside because it's wrapped funny. Ooh, ooh, the matte black is okay, it's pretty nice. It is thin, it looks very thin. The first thing I'm noticing is everywhere I'm touching it, fingerprints are showing up. No! So that sucks. My fingerprints are showing up all over it. Maybe I should have washed my hands. Ooh, very snazzy, very black. It's completely different from my Mac Pro laptop. It does feel a little lighter, but my laptop is silver and this is black, so I did the complete opposite. Of course, the Alcantara fabric top is very nice. Feels like suede. All right, looking pretty cool.
The Microsoft Surface Laptop 2 is definitely a good-looking laptop. The build quality, the size, the screen, there's a lot going on for it. Now, of course it has a USB port, but no USB-C. So that's kind of a problem, considering all the new devices have USB-C. That said, the matte black is so good looking.
All right, so I've had a little bit of time to mess around with this thing, and here are some final thoughts. One of the first things I wanted to do was download Blackmagic's DaVinci, version 15, and I just wanted to see if it was going to run and work okay on this appliance. Now I know there isn't a GPU installed, but I was just curious how the built-in graphics would perform. It was awful and it didn't work, and I've uninstalled DaVinci. The other thing that I tried doing since DaVinci didn't work is I downloaded Adobe Premiere, and I did a little video editing in 4K, and I found it to be doable, but it is a little slow. When I was editing, the experience was okay, but the render time seemed to be a little long. For about 2 minutes worth of 4K video, it was taking about 10 minutes of render time.
A Geekbench multi-core score number of 13076, for those of you that are into Geekbench.
Again, the fingerprints on this are very bad. They show up very easy, and that just kind of stinks because it's such a good looking device, and it just stinks that anytime I touch it, there's fingerprints there. So I'll be constantly cleaning it. Hopefully it won't scratch it. The other weird thing, now this doesn't apply just to the Surface Laptop 2, is the pen. I'm so confused on how this fits in with this device. On the surfaces, the pen sticks on the side, which it just does not do. It does not stick on any side. In fact, it took me a while to actually figure out where this pen goes. It kind of goes here at the bottom, but yet it's too loose. I've ended up guessing that it sticks here on the top. That seems to be the most secure place for it. So once the cover is closed, you just put it, on top, which is kind of, I guess, a good place for it. Again, the magnets just don't seem that strong. And when you place it on here, it just doesn't fit that great. But I'm guessing that's the resting place for it. There you go, the pen gets stuck on the top. Now the first Surface laptop that I had, I was really impressed with because the device was so thin, it was pretty speedy, and the fan never turned on. I thought this must be how they're actually getting that battery to stay a long time because the fan never came on. This new Surface Laptop 2 with the i7 processor in it, I was using it not very heavily and the fan was running the entire time. In fact, the bottom got very, very warm. I did not really notice that happening on the Surface One or the regular Surface laptop. So that's something to watch for. The device gets very hot and the fan is running all the time, which makes me think it's going to affect battery and the performance. Another thing that I notice is I think the sound isn't quite as good as the first one. I don't know if they changed anything on it, but I did notice when listening to some music, some of the higher pitched notes almost sounded like the device was rattling, and it also didn't seem quite as loud as the first one. Another interesting thing I noticed while watching YouTube videos is sometimes the audio and the video was getting out of sync. So people were talking and the audio was playing and they definitely were not in sync. It did that a few times after I went full screen and then shrunk the image back down. So I'm not really sure if that's going to be a continued issue, but it was very annoying. For being a faster system with faster processor, I can't imagine why the video and audio would be out of sync. I did apply a few patches and it did restart, and after I restarted it seemed to be better, but just something that was a little strange. So one positive thing about the keyboard is I do feel like they actually did change the keys. The keys seem to feel a little more sturdy, they're not as loose. So that would be a plus. Now my final thought is I do really love how this device looks. I love that it's very thin, going to be a faster processor in it, but there seems to be a few bugs and I wish I wouldn't have rushed into buying this. If you haven't already purchased the Surface Laptop 2, my suggestion would be just to wait a little longer and see what some of the other people who try it out have to say. So with that said, I was a little disappointed in this. It wasn't as good as the experience I had with the first Surface laptop, but I would like to try a few more things. I'm going to spend a little more time with it and see if I can work out some of the kinks that I've found. I'm a little sad because I really wanted this to blow my mind as far as performance, and so far I just wasn't impressed. I was really disappointed that the fan in this was running a lot because I thought that was something that they did redesign, is how the cooling process worked in these new laptops. I don't think it's working. If you like this video, hey, give me a thumbs up. And if you want to see, what I find after spending a little longer with the Surface laptop, please subscribe to my channel and I will be releasing a few more videos about the Surface Laptop 2 from Microsoft. Fingerprints showing up all over.